It's 12 o'clock, and I'm broadcasting to you from the Blue Lotus Temple, Yogananda's Whispers from Eternity today. As you know, many of you know who are following this, we do it sequentially, all the prayer demands, and today we are on number 176. We are thy sense-burned children, wailing for thy help. The fascinating orange-red fire of false pleasures attracted us, thy children, to play with its gay, leaping flames. Thy silent voice warned us of the scorching power of those flames, so pleasing at first, but so soul-desecrating. Eagerly, however, we rushed toward the flames, trying to seize them. In so doing, we experienced brief exhilaration. Some of us plunged hands greedily into the devouring blaze, badly scorching their fingers of ambition. Resulting wounds, sores of disappointment, and pustules of satiety made them wail for thee, but only sometimes, and then only for thy help. O patient physician, thou art ever near us with thy unfailing unguent of forgiveness and love. Teach us to heed thy warning of pain and disappointment, that we learn to offer thee joyous songs and not helpless wails as we writhe complainingly in unnecessary pain. We are thy heedless children, allured by the playthings of the world. Teach us at last to play only with the cooling, divinely scintillating light of the Spirit. Whew! This is a very intense one, with flames scorching us as we dive into the greed of this world, the enmeshed Maya of delusion. Wow. I couldn't help but think this reminded me when I was a very little girl, maybe 3 or 4 years old. My 2 older brothers were in the shower. We lived in Suriname, a Dutch colony that at the time in the northern part of South America. And we didn't have, they converted entire rooms in the house into bathrooms and showers because the buildings were that old that they predated all of that. So it was a big room, and the way they got warm water on themselves is by using a kettle of boiling water and pouring it into a little vat of water, and then they would splash it on themselves. Well, my middle brother, I have 2 older brothers, the middle one's 4 years older than me, and he came, I must have been about 2, because he came running into the room to my parents, stark naked, and he said in Dutch, "Hete teter voetenvallen," meaning hot kettle fell on foot. And he was trying to tell my parents that our oldest brother had gotten this hot kettle of water on his foot and badly burned. Well, it's a little bit like that. I say it with humor, but it was an extremely traumatic experience for my brothers, both of them actually, and my parents, of course, rushed there in haste. That, my parents representing that divine physician coming in the moment that we call out in pain. But if we only call out in pain, we'll have to experience a lot of pain because we have to practice learning to call on God. And God can only answer the questions that we ask, and God can only come when we call. And if we don't call in every moment, if we don't learn, and this is the beauty of the teachings of meditation that Yogananda brought to the West and others. He wasn't alone in this, but it's his teachings that we're practicing. That we learn to be still, to not be reactive. Meditation slows down that reactive process. And when we slow it down enough, that reactive process, when we get those moments of stillness, then we naturally, that stillness puts out a divine call. The voice of God is stillness. In those moments, we are communing. And then what happens when because we live in this world, and if we were fully enlightened, we probably wouldn't be here. And so we'll get caught up in these flames of delusion now and then. We all have our, what we like to call on the spiritual path, our karmic bombs that attack us, that seem to hit us now and then. Then when we're in those moments, the divine's already listening to us, is already with us. And so what this reading is saying is that it's not that we don't get tested. It's not that we won't fall into desire or delusion now and then. It will happen. But as Christ on the cross did not experience physical pain the way you and I might experience physical pain, because he was in God consciousness. When we are in God consciousness, even for little moments at a time, we bring that into our day. It naturally follows us into our day. And then when the tests come, we have a little more distance. We have a little more of a bird's eye view. We are a little less reactive, and a little less karma is enacted for us. We become more and more free until we can learn and we experience being in the world and not of it. This is the divine promise, and this is what we want to cling to in every moment, not just the scorching ones, but all of the moments. Joy to you, and we'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye now.